Hello, ZoomOSC users and/or Universe. People are curious about Universe. I just thought I'd do a little demo of my Universe OS ZoomOSC control, because it seems like there was a lot of people excited about that. And thanks for pushing out those feature requests. Those guys are excited to see what can happen with this. So let me just dive in here real quick, and I'm just going to show you a multi-view here. So I've got a Nook running ZoomOSC, which is outputting the top left window of screen 1 and top right of screen 2. I've got the ZoomOSC interface in the bottom left and just a remote client that's running another session here for that. So I'm going to go ahead and go into just the ZoomOSC interface here. So just a quick harbor view of what you're seeing here. You're seeing again those same NDI previews of Zoom Screen 1 and Zoom Screen 2 that I can do my pinning here. And then starting at the left here, I've got my update, subscribe, some utilities for hiding usernames, muting, and these are with toggles so that they toggle back and forth between that type of setting for that. So then I've got a select user list here. This list is currently manually built. I'm hoping that I can get the parsing changed in Universe, that it'll actually create a list from Universe. But this list is all clickable here, that I can select a user and it passes out an ID. Other nice thing here is I can actually search for names, so such as Andy or Sherman or whatever starts with 1. It really comes through there. So it makes it really easy in large meetings to find people based on their name or different values that we end up getting in there. So that selects the user ID and then passes that user ID. So for instance, I can spotlight here, I can pin, I can add another pin. We've got 2 users there on that, and unpin, just as you all know. So spotlights, pins, all that sort. So I could also mute and unmute the user. So I got this mute, and you can see this red box here for user 1, which was the selected user, went red. So when I unmute, we actually get a pop-up here that we are unmuting. So I'm going to unmute, and once I've let users select that, they're showing green here. Now these values only come through with the tally when they get the message. So that's why the second user here is not showing any information yet, because we haven't had any action changes for their tallies. So I can also set the user audio here. And while I do this, I'm just going to make the remote user full screen here and bring in Universe interface to the side as a pip. So in this interface, when I hit the volume here, you can see in the chat messages that the chat gets a set to 40, set to 100. So it works out pretty nice there to actually select the user, set their volume that way. Again, that's a Universe Pro feature, so not a standard Zoom. We also, let's get back to the interface here. So I have all the toggles for each user that'll give us information. There's also a chat message. So I can send a chat to everyone. Currently, the all users doesn't work. I'm using the target ID, which I guess doesn't work. I actually have to send username. Might be nice to have a target ID available, just to easier to parse and not have to know the. You relatively just send it to an ID versus a name. That's pretty much the gist of the interface there. Might as well show you just a quick. Here's Streamdeck, which again, Universe is able to use the Streamdeck, so I can set my users here in the bottom corner. It'll say my user ID selected. So I can set volumes with volume up and down buttons. Those are set to increment a certain value each time. I've got my mutes and everything like that. And then if I go to other pages here, you'll get the tallies with showing that they're muted or unmuted. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Just wanted to show in a controlled environment, because I think in the ZoomOSC learning this weekend, we won't have as much control to be able to mute and unmute co-host type things. So hope you guys have more questions, and hit me up on the Slack group if you have any more questions. We'll see where we can go. Thanks.